Eat this, drink that, go.
Remember the wait times at the HCA East Florida Hospital emergency rooms average in the single digits, less than 10 minutes. Just go to hcaeastflorida.com. They list all their wait times for all their emergency rooms there, and they update them every 30 minutes because emergencies don't wait for appointments. That's hcaeastflorida.com. Literally every night that I come into my home, I open the refrigerator, and there is a box from Fireman Derek's.
Thank
I've
you
got
so much
twin
for coming.
18-year-olds, and I thought it was going to be some kind of thing where Fireman Derek was going to be some little gal or something, you know. This is Fireman Derek. Good to see you, Derek. Thanks so much for joining us. They've got two locations. It's one of the finest bakeries in America, and they're right here in South Florida with two locations, one in Wynwood and one in Coconut Grove. Derek, I don't know if I should thank you or say, please close your shop, because you're going to make me gain weight. Every time I walk into the refrigerator, there's Fireman Derek.
Well, I preach moderation. You know, people ask me all the time, how do you not weigh 500 pounds? And my response is always that I eat a slice of pie or cake, not the whole cake.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer in that. And, you know, I think then it keeps it as something that you continually enjoy, you know, because it's a treat like it's supposed to be.
I think you got to have a dessert every day.
And what kind of a dessert?
Pie.
There you go. It's a 3-syllable word that they have in Kentucky. Pie.
Like it.
The idea that a fire, and you were a former fireman.
Yes.
In the city of Miami.
I worked for the city of Miami for 10 years. I
Right.
was on the hazmat team. I cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 20 guys. And
Wow.
yeah, you know, I believe in service to the community, and that's how I was able to, you know, perform mine.
Is that where the passion started and the wheels started turning? And
I've always enjoyed feeding people. You know, it's nice when people sit down and you have a meal and they enjoy the food. And so for me, it's always been about that. You know, you get to see the smiles on people's face, and especially with desserts, you get a lot of families that come. So you know, it's a whole family type of environment. You know, it's easy. You know, regular food, everybody goes out to lunch, everybody goes out to dinner. But you know, I really enjoy when I see you know, families come in and all the kids, and they're all excited when they eat the product.
I'll tell you what, the kids, my daughters are now 18, they all love Fireman Derek because the products are wonderful. How did you gravitate toward baking?
Well, I think that my ultimately the way I made the decision is because I was a fireman. Running a restaurant is more of a full-time job. You know, you got to be there, you got to be on the line, you got to, you know, do all the cooking and all that. And baking allowed me to do it part-time. So I would, on my days off, you know, we had 48 hours off, I could bake enough product that it would last me for the 24 hours that I was on duty.
oh, okay.
So that's how I, you know,
That's how you started.
Yeah, that's how I started. It was a way into the food business without just full on working in a restaurant or opening
Right.
a restaurant.
The products are great. Now, pies are wonderful, and we've seen a lot of pies here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different pies here. How many pies do you make?
We consistently make about 20 flavors of pie. There's around 7 flavors of cake. We have 5 or 6 flavors of cheesecake. We do some cookies, we do brownies, we do some savory stuff
You
as
do
well.
some savory stuff as well. I see
Yeah.
you have a pot pie.
So that's what that one is a buffalo mac and cheese one. And then the 2 empanadas, one's a spinach and feta, one which is a vegetarian option, and the other one is a chicken. We have 4 flavors, chicken, buffalo chicken, a beef, and then the spinach and feta.
And so you can come in and buy a large pie, or just a sliced pie, or a small pie?
Whatever you like. I mean, the sweet pies, obviously you can buy it in the whole or by the slice.
Right.
And then the pot pies are in those containers right there.
The packaging is wonderful too. Look at this packaging. It's a
Yeah.
great idea. What a great concept this is. Great branding effort for them. It's a recyclable box too. I sit on the back. Nice job there, Derek.
Yeah,
I like
thank
that
you.
idea too.
So take me around these. So
Yeah.
we have
Let's go around the horn of pie.
what is this?
So
I could kind of figure out most of them, but this one I didn't know.
that pie is salted caramel pie. It's very popular, along with we have pecan pie, we have key
Pecan pie.
lime. That's Cookie Monster, which is got Oreos and a cheesecake base, and then it has whipped cream and chopped up chocolate chip cookies, coconut custard, and s'mores. And then
Oh my
pumpkin,
God!
obviously,
And a
for the
pumpkin.
holidays.
And so, if people want to order their pumpkin pies for you, how long in advance
For
do we need to
Thanksgiving.
do it for Thanksgiving?
So we're going to be taking orders starting November 1st,
Okay.
up until that weekend before, you know, the Thanksgiving week.
How many pumpkin pies will you make? in November?
A few thousand.
Are your ovens as big as you?
Bigger.
I'm gonna say you're gonna have some big
At
ovens to
this
be able
point,
to do
yeah,
it.
they're bigger ovens.
Okay, I
What
knew
is
you were
this
gonna,
again?
Salted caramel.
I knew this was going to be your favorite
Oh
one, but I could
my
tell.
God.
Oh, it's too
That
big a piece.
is amazing.
So those are,
And I'm a big coconut cream pie girl.
everything's made from scratch. We take a lot of pride in using fresh ingredients. We squeeze the key limes from real key limes.
Derek, when the girls go, I'm going to tell them they got to bring me back one of these salted caramel pies. That's marvelous.
Thank
you. Isn't that
It's
amazing?
delicious. It's tender. It's the flavoring is wonderful. The dough, the crust is terrific. Everything is wonderful on this.
Thank you.
You make pecan pie like I do.
A real, how I started to my love for pecan pie started when I was in college in Louisiana.
Yeah.
At Grambling, I used to go to the cafeteria, and I had never had pecan pie before. But it's like a buffet. So
Right.
at the end of it, I'd grab
kill
myself
it.
a piece of pecan pie. I was like, man, this is good.
Well, wonderful. I'm going to try. This is the Cookie Monster,
That's
right?
the Cookie Monster, yeah.
All right. But they're all marvelous. And now these are the empanadas, correct?
Yeah, those are, one is spinach and feta, and the other one's chicken. Everything, the dough, we make the dough from scratch. We use all real ingredients, all real product, real butter in the crust. That's all.
I mean, there's
important
butter
stuff.
in this stuff?
There's a little butter in
I
there.
was going to say, those are the most flavorful pies I think
That's a
I've ever
wonderful
had.
pumpkin pie.
Thank you. So we actually decorate this one with whipped cream, and we have homemade caramel and streusel. So it's it really looks nice. It's got a lot of different textures and flavors, which is important.
Absolutely marvelous. When did you decide to go in the savory side? Because, a lot of bakers, well, you make the great crust, and so I can understand that.
Yeah, savory. It's for me. I wanted to have some other options.
Right.
Obviously, you have customers throughout the day. We open at 8 o'clock, so I wanted people to have a reason to come in. For coffee and empanadas. Maybe you don't eat dessert till 11, 12, 1
right.
o'clock. But the empanadas bring in customers. In the morning times. To have like something with their coffee, especially if they're looking for like a breakfast item. But we didn't want to offer too much, so that's why we just kept it to empanadas and pot pies.
But absolutely, and plus in South Florida, an
pretty.
empanada is exactly what you need to have, right?
Yeah.
What's next? Because I know you're working on all the things. New locations, perhaps?
Yeah, new locations. We do distribution to about 50 restaurants ourselves.
Do you?
Yeah, we have a distribution agreement with Chef's Warehouse, so they distribute throughout I would imagine the entire state of Florida. I know they're taking our products all the way up to Tampa right now. And
For you.
yeah, open up more locations.
Man.
This is wonderful.
Thank you. Continue to refine the processes and perfect all the processes in terms of production and storage and distribution and all that.
Is it difficult to ramp up to, say, 1,000 or 2,000 pies for Thanksgiving?
At this point, no, but when you, as you're growing and you start building,
You
of
multiply
course,
that by 5 and you got an issue.
you continue to do that. I mean, there's some really amazing machinery out there that, if you're familiar with what you need, I mean, they make all
get it
kinds
done.
of things,
Right.
nowadays. And the beauty of the food business now is everything needs to be fresh and natural. Well, the machines can do that as well. It's not like you're taking it from being, sat there handmade one by one. You're just taking that same formula, the same doughs, the same great ingredients, and putting it into that machine, and that machine is able to produce,
Right.
the
Multiple,
quantities
right.
that you need.
What about getting your ingredients? How difficult is it? You're talking about key limes that you're using for your key lime pie. Difficult to find?
The key limes are not difficult to find. They're not as easy as they were. A lot of stuff is grown in Mexico, which that's kind of where the citrus business has gone. But we get them trucked in from parts of Mexico, like through Texas and stuff like that. By the pallet at this point. And there's big citrus distributors in South Florida. So
You have a warehouse that you're working all this out of?
yeah,
I
we
bet
have
you do.
we have a commissary that we bake everything, and we have giant freezers and trucks, refrigerated trucks and stuff like that.
It's called Fireman Derek's, and in case you're just joining us, they've got 2 locations right now in South Florida, but I know they're continuing to grow. They are in Wynwood, which they started. That was their first retail operation. They started many years ago supplying to other groups. but they're also in Coconut Grove. And Coconut Grove is where my daughters spend a lot of time and enjoy a lot of these great products as well. The future is what for you? What do you see it as? Retail operations across the country?
I like select markets. You know, I think that, you know, you don't want to oversaturate your product, especially depending, you have to understand what your product is and what your market is. You know, I definitely love markets like New York, California, you know, places like that. You know, Texas has a big food scene. So I would want to do it strategically where, you know, it makes sense and I'm not opening too many of them in those markets. You don't want to cannibalize. You know, and in terms of distributing to, you know, to other restaurants and food purveyors throughout the country. I mean, you know, that's kind of one of those things where when you get to that level, you know, you see what comes your way and what you know, business relationships make the most sense for you.
What about other concepts? I mean, you're a wonderful baker, and obviously during your Fireman days, you were doing much more than baking, and I know you've got a love for food.
Sure.
You want to go to a restaurant side at all, ever?
If I ever did, it would be something fast casual because that's, you know, that's where the market's at.
It's the future.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, if you have, if you understand the way that business works and you know understand the product that the consumer is looking for, if you put out a great product and you have a sound business model, then you know you have a lot of opportunities to do other stuff. Right now, I'm only focused on this because it takes up a lot of my time.
I
But
bet.
you know,
Well, the growth, the trajectory for Fireman Derek's is wonderful. How'd you come up with the name? I mean, it's obvious to us now.
Yeah.
You're a fireman, your name is Derek, is Fireman Derek's.
Yeah.
But did you ever think about, man, I shouldn't go that route? And did you think of other things that might go in?
honestly, I came up with the name because I feel that I want people to know where the, you know, who's responsible for making this food. You know, so my face is the logo, and the name is the logo, as part of the logo. And I think that's important because, you know, it gives the consumer a connection to the person that's actually making it. And, you know, there's so much food that's made that you don't know who's making it. You don't know the people behind
Right,
it who are
right.
responsible for it.
Right.
You want to be front and center.
Yeah, and I take it very seriously. You know, I pride myself on, you know, putting fresh stuff and fresh ingredients and real ingredients. And, you know, I think that's one of the main reasons that everything tastes the way it
Right.
tastes.
You can learn more about them at firemandereks.com. That's the easy way. Again, they're in Coconut Grove. There's a retail operation in Wynwood as well.
And get your orders in for the pumpkin pie.
Yeah, starting November 1st. You better get them in because that's a great pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you what, Thanksgiving tradition be damned. I need to go for this. This is a wonderful pie. Which
And the
is this?
pecan
Salted
pie.
caramel.
Salted caramel.
I always have pumpkin and pecan usually.
Yeah, well, you know, this is,
And I think
you know,
salted
if
caramel
you're
needs to
inviting
go
me, I'd
right
say
with
this
it.
needs to
Yep.
go to it.
Yep.
And again, what's this one? This is the...
That's a buffalo chicken mac and cheese pot pie.
Pot pie.
So it's got fresh made mac
Try.
and cheese and shredded buffalo chicken.
Gosh, they're absolutely terrific. Again, it's Fireman Derek's, 2 locations. They're really terrific. You know, Derek, this is, what is it about Fireman? Is it Fireman Mike's, the sandwich, the hoagie place? There's a nationwide hoagie place that's a fireman guy too.
Yeah.
Is it because you guys spend so much time together and you got to cook together and you got to be there together?
I mean, I think that firemen genuinely are firefighters because there's plenty of women that are firefighters
Right.
as well. You know, you have a sense of community. You have you enjoy helping people. So I think it kind of
It's a
comes
camaraderie, isn't it?
But it comes natural. You know, it comes natural for people to branch out from the fire department to do things in food. I mean, you know, back in the days, as they like to say, they'd paint houses, do plumbing, you know, carpentry work, all that stuff. And
Is there always one guy or one gal in the fire department that's the cook?
yes. Now, you got to be a good cook because otherwise, you know,
They'll kill you.
Yeah, you get booted out of there. But
And you were nominated, or you cooked and they said you're the guy?
I think that, you know, over the years, I just was always the one that was willing to step up and do it because it is a tiresome job.
Yeah.
And you know, you
And
kinda
how many
hone
are
your
you
skills.
feeding usually?
Well, at the station I was at, there was 20 people.
Okay.
So breakfast, lunch, dinner for 20 people,
Yeah.
and that included all the shopping. You know, included
Right, everything.
Yeah.
scrambling the eggs. You know, making everything.
Again, it's Fireman Derek's, and I can tell you from my own family, it's the best bake shop in South Florida. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
They're in Coconut Grove. They're in Wynwood. They do wonderful pies. They do some savory products as well. They open at 8 a.m. in the morning, and go and enjoy them because
Yum.
you're going to find quality ingredients.
So good.
And a terrific story behind it. Wonderful packaging. If you wanted to get a gift for someone for Thanksgiving, you're going to somebody's home, get them a Fireman Derek's pie. Order it beginning November 1st. You'll get that done. Derek, thank you so much. The best of luck to you.
Thank you
Thanks for
so
having me.
much.
Appreciate
And
it.
every time I open my
Yeah.
refrigerator, he's staring back at me anyway. It's a weird deal.
You know.
We're going to come back in just a couple minutes right here on HCA East Florida's Eat This, Drink That.
Go.
There you go.